Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, mic test. Testing. What is up? I'm Josh Henderson, and this is my 2001 Volkswagen Jetta Wolfsburg Edition 1.8 turbo 5-speed. And oh my gosh, dude, it's so hot. This was the first Volkswagen I bought, so explains why I didn't get it for a good price, because I didn't really know what I was looking at. My friend had a 1.8T Jetta, same generation, Mark IV, and that's what really got me into them. So as soon as I had some money saved up, that was the first thing I went out and bought. With this car, I was able to drive it for, I don't know, I'm just going to say about 3 months until it blew up. This car for about 3 months, and during those 3 months I was figuring out all the stupid things I could do to this engine to get rid of stuff by deleting the secondary air and the purge valves and all that for the gas tank, evap, all that. So during those 3 months I deleted all that stuff and didn't put a tune on it, just like my Golf, which doesn't have a tune. And yeah, it ran okay after that, but like the cam sensor, the VVT, the cam solenoid went out, and I don't even understand why. I didn't dig into it that far, but I roasted my engine. I don't even know what happened. It stopped running while I was driving. So I don't know. I was just learning cars as well when I picked up this car, so I really had I had no idea what I was doing just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and to where I'm at now is pretty ridiculous. Oh, it's so hot.
What are you talking about, Josh?
I forgot to mention that when I picked up the car, it was absolutely bone stock, and it was grandma owned. I mean, that's what the dude said, the salesman anyways, but I mean, I don't think I really believe him, because he also said that someone else was coming to buy it, you know, so I think that's where I got a little scared, spent too much money. So he did his job good, and he got me, I think, so. But that's alright. So after the 3 months, I blew up my engine, and it brought me to a journey of building multiple 1.8Ts and putting stock engines and built engines in this car. I've probably swapped the engine out of this 10 times. Whether I literally swapped to a stock engine after my built engine blew up, or if I went from the stock engine to the built engine, or if I just had to pull it out to fix it, put it back in. I've pulled this engine so many times, I can do it in an hour. The whole thing, engine and trans. And I don't doubt other people could probably do that too once you know how to work on it. They aren't too difficult, but I go crazy on them. So as you can see, this car is clearly not stock anymore. I mean, there's a freaking turbo sticking out the hood. If you can see that pretty good. But this car is definitely far from stock now. I've had it built 2 or 3 times, like I've said. I've had 3 to 5 stock engines in it. And yeah, I just keep having fun with it. You can't keep me away from it. It's too easy to work on. It's just too easy. And there really ain't much to this car. I haven't had to do any work to it but build the engine. So, like, really, I have no info on it. You know, I just bought it 3 years ago, and 3 to 4 years ago, and I've been building it ever since. I've taken it down the road maybe 10 to 20 times, and it's never ran perfect out of the last 3 years of building it and blowing up engines. So that's all my fault. I can't not have fun with this car. It runs on a stage 3 bass tune on 870cc injectors. That would be Eurodyne tuning software. But so it runs decent on a bass tune, but it needs to be fine-tuned, and so that's where I keep going wrong. I'm blowing my engines and doing stupid stuff. I have replaced everything on this engine. The very first build was the most expensive one. I mean, obviously, because you got to get all those parts in. Once you got them, I mean, you can just kind of keep rebuilding your engine for like $1,000, $2,000, you know, just some rods and pistons, which is what keeps happening to me. Keep blowing up, or in a new block, but that ain't hard. But yeah, first build, I replaced everything brand new. I bought everything brand new because I didn't want a single problem, and like I don't care that I didn't like test any of my old sensors. I kept them all, but I didn't test anything. I wanted everything brand new. I wanted this engine to smack. So it's got everything brand new. Everything works. There's a lot going on now that it's built like this. I just came up with this setup this year in 2020, and I have drove it down the road, and it's pretty fun. Hit crazy amounts of boost. I probably won't go into that, but 30, 40 PSI gets a little crazy. So I'll have a bunch more videos coming on this vehicle because I just did this setup, so I have footage of me getting to this point to where the turbo's sticking out of the hood, so that'll be another video, and we'll go in depth on that. Lots of welding, lots of putting tubes together, lots of V-bands, lots of cutting. Right now, the turbo setup is I won't even lie to you, it's an eBay turbo, because I just broke my actual Garrett turbo. So I was pretty upset, so I wanted to try an eBay turbo to see what happens. So I've got a GT 3582 mounted up right now. It's like a 63 or 64 millimeter turbo, something like that. It's pretty fat. It hit 40 pounds of boost no problem, regretfully saying. So it's built good enough to hit high RPMs. So we'll see what happens if this eBay turbo blows out this engine or what, but I've already pushed it pretty far to the max and it's held up. But who knows how many times that can keep happening. So this intercooler actually is an eBay intercooler kit as well, and my gauge is telling me that it cools more than 100 degrees from the hot side to the cold side. So I mean, I don't know what average for intercoolers is, but over 100 degrees is like good in my eyes. It brought it down to ambient temp. But so I have 7 gauges total in the car currently because I want to watch all of the important things that I need to watch if I'm not data logging with my computer. I'm gonna have to look at them to think. Got my wideband. I've got oil pressure. I got fuel pressure. I got a 60 psi boost gauge. 2400 degree EGT gauge. The dual intake air temp gauge. And I can't think of the other one. And the last one, number 7, is oil temp. I'm gonna take you for a look. So let's do this. Side pipe as well on the Jetta. Yeah, these are Motegi's. I actually forgot that I totally forgot that this is the first car I have purchased myself, but I totally forgot that my very first car was a 2.0 automatic Mark IV Jetta, and it was awful. It was just terrible. I hated it. But what I ended up doing is getting wheels for that 2.0, and they've stayed pretty clean, so I've just always had them, always kept them, replaced them out for the stock wheels. Got a Yakima roof rack from my buddy Tyler. So this is what the inside of the car is looking like. Wires everywhere. I did my entire body harness and engine harness. I trimmed it completely, deleted everything I didn't want. So, and clearly I have no dash, and zip tied gauges to this bar. But yeah, so there's 4 of the gauges. They're all ran off these 2 fuse junctions. One of them is ignition power, which is that one where those 2 whites are touching. So that's ignition power, and that's like the constant power right there. Got my instrument cluster just chilling on my steering column. And then I got the triple pillar gauge. It's got all my gauges in it. But yeah, the car is completely gutted and stripped. Well, besides the seats I put back in so we can all go for a ride. But other than that, there's like no plastic, no headliner, no nothing. There ain't nothing in there. And overall, this is like a clean car. I'm not upset about it in any way. Like, I've had it for like about 4 years now, and like there's no rust. Haven't seen any, haven't dealt with any. That's like the only thing that I don't like is that I didn't take the Jetta's emblem off right, so that's still there. Or actually it's bubbled. That's why you can see it, but can't see this one. The 1.8, oh there it is, 1.8T. Yeah, I need to fix those. I'm from Michigan, as you can see. These are all the companies I've bought from. They're not on here, but there's one company I really don't care for anymore, because they make terrible rods. And that's why one of my first engines blew up. I tried to sue them and whatnot for a defective rod, but it didn't work out.
Slam.
I'm Josh Henderson, and this is my 2001 Volkswagen Jetta Wolfsburg Edition 1.8 turbo 5-speed.